Hi, I'm Monica Olvera. I'm the Technical Product Manager, and we're here at PCI SIG 2025 showcasing our PCIe 7 solution. Today, we are interoperating with Semtech, where we'll be showing our PCIe 7 performance over their cable. So for our actual setup, we have the Synopsys PHY, which is sitting under this purple box, and it's receiving and transmitting 128 gigabits per second, and it's transmitting and equalizing at that speed. On our actual GUI, we can show our performance. So here we have our PCIe 7 transmitted I, and the data, the BER that we're receiving is 1 e to the minus 9, which is 3 times better than what the spec requires. We've also been running this over time, so you can see here that the measurements are pretty stable, and this ensures that whenever customers implement this to any other products, they would have a very robust system. And today, joining us is Raza Khan, who is the marketing director from Semtech, who will go over their products.
Thank you, Monica, for the introduction. Really appreciate the chance for Semtech to showcase some of our technology. And in partnership with Synopsys, as the ecosystem for PCIe is driving towards from Gen 6 to Gen 7, signal integrity is becoming a key challenge. And while maintaining lowest picojoules per bit, that's really critical for AI and data centers. How are we helping with that? Some of our technologies, like our CopperEdge portfolio, which is already adding a ton of value in data center Ethernet interconnects. Now it's optimized for PCIe. So you can leverage those technologies, address different market segments, and that's really what we're showcasing over here with a 3-meter ACC cable. And that's really showcasing how we can enable the future of PCIe Gen 7 interconnects. And not just that, we have a range of portfolio of similar technologies, whether people want to drive ACC active cables or over optics. That's the solution we enable, and with companies like Synopsys bringing in their IP, I think we'll have a really amazing future for PCIe. And thank you so much for having Semtech as part of this demo. We really look forward to helping add value to this ecosystem with our technologies like CopperEdge and our LPO portfolio. And here's to a great show. Thank you so much again, Monica.
With the official announcement of the PCIe 7 spec, we can ensure customers that we have a solution for PCIe now that not only offers our PHY, but our controller, verification IP, and IDE. Today we are at Teledyne LaCroix booth where we'll be showcasing 2 demonstrations. The first one is our PCIe 6 subsystem, which it includes our controller and our PHY. Here we have our actual subsystem test chip, and it is acting as a root complex, which is then connected into the Teledyne LaCroix, acting as a endpoint device. Here on a Synopsys side, we can see that we're running at 64 gigabits per second on a by 8 configuration, and right now we're running on flip mode. Now I'd like to introduce from the Teledyne LaCroix side, Gordon Getty, who will go over their product.
Thanks, Monica. My name is Gordon Getty. I'm a Senior Technical Marketing Manager at Teledyne LaCroix. I'm responsible for the Protocol Analyzer and Exerciser tools, and we're happy to have a demonstration here with Synopsys at the PCI SIG Developers Conference. We have our Protocol Analyzer and Exerciser tool, which is behaving in this case as an endpoint, with the root complex being the Synopsys system. So we create a PCI Express Gen 6 link between the Synopsys and the Exerciser. We can see that it is a by 8 link. We can see that also in the software here. It's a 64 gigatransfer per second link. And what we can do is we can also capture the traffic between the 2 devices on the analyzer. So we can show the PCI Express 6.0 flip mode traffic on the analyzer trace as shown on the screen up here. So it's a real active link, PCI Express 6.0, 64 gigatransfer per second by 8 lanes.
And here we are showing the second demonstration at the Teledyne LaCroix booth. And here we are showcasing our PCIe 7 solution. Here we have the Synopsys IP, which is transmitting 128 gigabits per second. This is then being connected to the Teledyne LaCroix scope, which is 65 gigahertz bandwidth with 12-bit resolution. With this full demonstration here set up, we're showing a very linear eye at 128 gig that has very good linearity and SNDR. PCI SIG recently announced the release of the PCI 7 specification, and today we wanted to show customers that we can enable their PCIe 7 product development today. Today we are showcasing our PCIe 6 proved solution, which includes the PHY and controller. We're at the Viavi booth, where here we have our actual hardware. So at the bottom we have the Viavi Exerciser acting as a root complex, which is then connected to the Viavi Analyzer, which is then connected to the Synopsys acting as an endpoint. On our Synopsys IP Voyager, you can see that we're running a one link running at 64 gigabits per second. This interoperability shows that Viavi and Synopsys have a very stable and robust link, and this ensures that whenever customers implement any Synopsys solution, they should have seamless integration into their system. And today we are at the Keysight booth showing interoperability with our PCIe 6 solution. Here we have the Keysight Exerciser acting as a root complex. This is then being connected to a Keysight Analyzer to monitor all incoming and outgoing traffic, which is then connected to the Synopsys solution acting as an endpoint. This is both the PHY and the controller. On the Synopsys IP Voyager, we can see that we're running at PCIe 6 data rate of 64 gigabits per second. We are running with one lane, and we are running in flip mode. On this monitor, we are seeing the Keysight software that is running all the transaction and link compliance testing to show that we are compliant. Here our test report is showing that we have a pass. This ensures the robustness and performance of our PCIe 6 solution to ensure that anybody who uses our PCIe 6 solution is going to be compliant for these tests. And today we are at the GRL booth, where we are showcasing PCIe 6 compliance testing with electrical parameters. On my right hand side, we have the transmitted eyes showing PCIe 6 performance. The GRL automated testing is showing that we're having all passing metrics for the jitter, SNDR, RLM, anything that the transmitter could be tested in a compliance setup. The GRL software also automated the receiver testing, which was then used for us to do some receiver electrical compliance testing. Here we have the Enritsu BERT, which is then connected to our Synopsys PCIe 6 PHY board. Within our Synopsys product, we have the ability to see our PCIe 6 eyes. Here on our Synopsys GUI, we're able to look at the performance, and we're showing very good equalization done by the receiver. And we're showing 1 e to the minus 10, which is better than what the spec requires. Thank you.